in the building. We are praying for Tyler Perry. This is breaking news, and it's all allegedly. Somebody loves you, Tyler. Somebody loves you, baby. Everybody smash that like button. I hope that this is not true. This is the same thing that they did to Diddy Glover. Oh my God. Smash that like button. I hope that this ain't happening, Tyler. They said that there's more boys coming forth. Now, I already heard from the one actor, the one boy, that said that you tried to clap his cheeks, Pure Mama. And then you got this white boy. Somebody loves you, baby. Somebody loves you, Tyler. But we might be, it might be Medea. I don't know which one of y'all, Pure Mama. Oh my God. Y'all gotta get them likes up. This is crazy. I just been heartbroken. Y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand why I'm so heartbroken. These are our leaders. These are all the legends that's supposed to have me paving the way for all the up and coming actors. Bible. Salute to everybody in the building. Smash that like button immediately. I'm hoping this shit ain't true either. Bible. But I'm telling you now, sources close to Tyler Perry allegedly they saying that the Tyler Perry Studios was raided and they found more freaky dicky freak off tapes with boys than Diddy Glover during survival. And we know Diddy Glover had a whole lot of boys on them freak off tapes because he wanted to look at the boys' tasty cakes while the boys was pounding out his girlfriends during survival. And I'm not going to put it past Tyler Perry, and I'm not going to put it past none of these celebrities in the building. You know what I mean? Salute Peaches. Salute to my baby in the building, Pure Survival. Slim, motherfucking Aaron, Teresa, James, Jazza. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys. Tyler Perry is in a world of trouble right now. Now, if y'all pay attention to what happened to Diddy Glover, the moment there was Cassie that came out with her lawsuit, what happened? A whole bunch of other alleged victims came out. Pure survival. Now, even if it's people that's coming out, because they say there's more people coming forward with Tyler Perry allegations, pure survival. So it's not just this little white boy. It's more boys coming forward. Salute to Peaches. Just hit that super chat. Pure survival. Shout out to Peaches. Peaches just hit that super chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that there are more boys behind the scene that are allegedly saying that Tyler Perry allegedly assaulted them, harassed them, tried to clap their cheeks, pure survival. So the feds is building up a goddamn missile, allegedly, with Tyler Perry. So I am sorry, I'm preparing myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's sources close to Tyler Perry that's saying allegedly the feds, I don't know if they went by there, if they ran in the motherfucker, whatever the case may be, they allegedly found freak off tapes. They got text messages, everything. And I heard the text messages with the boy and Tyler Perry. I am sorry, pure survival. I don't trust Tyler Perry and I don't trust his lips. He have them sneaky ass motherfucker lips, pure survival. And this is what I don't understand. That if you want a boyfriend, why don't you just ask somebody out to go steady? Why do you want a man who don't want you? It's the challenge during survival. Most of Diddy was the same way. He want a boy that don't want him. And that's how Tyler was during survival. But they connected him with the Diddy stuff, y'all. This is crazy.
And the judge in Sean Diddy Combs' trial is expected to decide this morning whether to throw out a portion of last week's testimony. It concerns a witness who was called after Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura finished testifying on Friday.
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I don't know.
Now you hear what this bald head, baked bean head motherfucker is saying about Tyler Perry right here, pure survival. So if anybody's questioning, shout out to the LBG community. You know we love everybody over here. But if anybody's confused, because I heard people saying, oh, that boy's lying. He trying to get $260 million pure survival. When you're doing a lawsuit, you're supposed to shoot high because Tyler Perry is going to end up settling with that boy. If he's trying to sue him for $260 million, imagine how much money these other people going to do. This the same thing that happened to Diddy Glover, pure survival. And this milk dud head dude right here was talking about Tyler Perry.
Called after Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura finished testifying on Friday.
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I don't go around Tyler Perry. I've known Tyler.
Rumor that have been going on about my relationship status. Let me make it clear to you all. I'm not gay. For those of you spreading rumor, Jella Kelly, because she find out I'm gay, that's a big lie.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that Tyler Perry is lying. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think he's telling the truth. He's saying that he's not. You know what I'm saying? And not just because he's playing motherfucking Modia during survival, but the dude just said, I hung with Tyler Perry. I know what he's into. He knows what he's into. Tyler Perry's sitting here trying to lie. This is the same thing. This is why they took Diddy Glover down. If Diddy Glover would have just accepted his sexuality, pure survival, and just got him a boyfriend, and he wouldn't even be in this situation. So I'm telling you, Tyler, if you've been pushing up on this boy like that and other alleged men, these victims are coming forth. They're coming forth. It starts with one, and then it's more.
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I don't go around Tyler Perry. I've known Tyler.
Rumor that have been going on about my relationship status. Let me make it clear to you all. I'm not gay. For those of you spreading rumor, Jella Kelly, because she find out I'm gay, that's a big lie.
Diddy's trial was...
Do you hear it? Why is he ashamed of his sexuality? Why would the bald head man say that he hung with you, Tyler Perry, pure survival, and he saw you with boys? You know what I'm saying? And how happy and excited y'all was getting on the damn Ferris wheel together, holding hands, pure survival, allegedly. Why are you ashamed of it, Tyler?
My relationship status, let me...
Friday.
I know he's gay. He knows he's gay. We all have friends that know he's gay. I don't go around Tyler Perry. I've known Tyler.
Rumor that have been going on about my relationship status. Let me make it clear to you all. I'm not gay. For those of you spreading rumor, Jella Kelly, because she find out I'm gay, that's a big lie.
I don't believe that, Tyler. Like, I just don't. And the things that boy said in them text messages, everybody got to pay attention. Those text messages between the dude, it's one thing to accuse somebody, but then to have the text messages, pure survival, once one lawsuit come out, then it's a whole floodgate that's opening up.
Pure Law and Crime actor, director, and film titan Tyler Perry is the latest celebrity to be accused of sexual assault. We got our hands on a new lawsuit filed Friday in Los Angeles Superior Court by an actor named Derek Dixon, who starred on one of Perry's hit shows. We want to break down this lawsuit and what it could mean for the...
Look at Tyler Perry's lips. I told y'all, we are surviving Tyler Perry's lips. Now, I'm not going to lie. This doesn't take away his talent, pure survival. He's a good actor. He's funny. You know what I mean? He did what he did for the contribution. We don't take that away from you, Tyler, pure survival. But if you were allegedly pushing up on these boys, trying to allegedly grab their wieners and things like that, saying that you're going to put them in big positions, pure survival, and then allegedly you got freak off tapes, this is crazy. But they were saying this about everybody in Hollywood. Look at Tyler Perry's motherfucking lips. Look how they poked out. Pure survival. Then his top lip got a V-neck. Look at the V-neck of his top lip. Pure survival. You telling me that don't look sneaky? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Tyler, I really hope that they did not run into your motherfucking studio and allegedly find tapes. But it's once they got one person accusing you, it's going to be more boys come forth. This is crazy.
Movie mogul. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
This is crazy, y'all. Listen to the allegations.
Production studio. That studio is called TPS Production Services LLC. That stands for Tyler Perry Studios in Action LLC. And he is looking for $260 million.
Now you hear them just say Tyler Perry Studios, because now that the boy put Tyler Perry Studios in the lawsuit, they have to go check over there. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if they raided the studio. This is crazy.
Start off, Dixon is suing Tyler Perry, the individual, as well as his production studio. That studio is called TPS Production Services LLC. That stands for Tyler Perry Studios in Action LLC. And he is looking for $260 million. Dixon, who portrayed a lead role in Perry's show called The Oval, is claiming 10 causes of action for the civil suit. Quid pro quo sexual harassment, work environment sexual harassment.
Listen, if you look at this boy, you can tell that Tyler Perry might have thought, like, okay, I can break him in. Pure survival. I can take his virginity. This man, he's not, allegedly, he's not, you know what I mean, he's not a gay man, but that's the challenge for Tyler Perry from what I'm listening to with these allegations. It's the challenge. I can take his virginity. I'm going to knock the paleness off of this boy's tasty cakes. And the things that he said, that Tyler Perry invited him to spend a night at his motherfucking dungeon. You know what I'm saying? You could come spend a night. He was buying this boy cars, everything. And he got row seats. So if he got row seats, you know what I'm saying? Imagine what these other boys that's going to come out with. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I don't think this is a money grab. I really think that Tyler Perry had a crush on this little motherfucker, and he wanted him. And just like Diddy, whatever I want, I'm going to get. Bottom motherfucking line.
And Perry's show called The Oval is claiming 10 causes of action for the civil suit. Quid pro quo sexual harassment, work environment sexual harassment, workplace gender violence, violation of the Bain Act, a California law that protects against violation of someone's...
Look at the motherfucking balloons, guys. Pure survival. Tyler Perry got the boy balloons and told him allegedly to walk backwards during survival. I'm going to get you some balloons, and I need you to walk backwards during survival so I can watch them cakes and the balloons just blow all in my face. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And who gets a sexual harassment charge from a boy if you ain't sexually harassing a boy during survival? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. This boy, and I found out he was in Tyler Perry's whatever series or whatever. He plays a gay dude in the movie. Like in the series, he plays. Tyler Perry wrote him a role to play a gay dude, I guess, that gets your cheeks clapped by a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Pure survival. What a coinky dink. Was he fantasizing? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think Tyler Perry was fantasizing about this boy to give him a role to play a gay man. Pure survival. So the things that he wanted to do with him, this is what he had him doing in the series during survival. This is crazy, guys. We are surviving Tyler Perry's lips. Y'all got to smash that like button.
Sexual harassment, workplace gender violence, violation of the Bain Act, a California law that protects against violation of someone's civil rights through force or coercion, sexual battery, sexual assault, negligent retention, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and retaliation. Let's get into this lawsuit. The complaint starts off by saying, quote, "This case arises from a sustained pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry,
sexual harassment in a working environment." Ladies that's in the chat, have you ever worked somewhere and you had a boss that was crushing on you, pure survival, and he's trying to make passes at you? You know what I'm saying? Or you might have a landlord that's trying to say, look, if you want to get some of that rent money knocked off, Pure Survival, I can do some, you do a favor for me, I'm going to do a favor for you. And this is what it sounds like. You know what I mean? When freak off thugs cry. You have to understand, this boy has the text messages. I couldn't believe Tyler Perry was leaving motherfucking. Why would you text the boy? That mean you left a paper trail, Pure Survival.
By saying, quote, "This case arises from a sustained pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul, against plaintiff Derek Dixon, a professional actor and screenwriter. Mr. Perry is an American actor, filmmaker, and playwright who has built one of the most successful careers in the film and television industry. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexually exploitive dynamic with Mr. Dixon, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show only."
So this boy had a pilot, and Tyler Perry was promising him, this is what it say, that he was going to produce the boy's pilot during survival. But I need you to do some things for me, and I'm going to do some things for you. Now, as I told y'all saw with Cassie, Tyler Perry cannot settle this lawsuit right now during survival because they have these other people, allegedly other men that's coming forth behind the scenes. I'm telling you, next week, it's going to be a whole floodgate. Same thing that happened with Diddy Glover during survival. So this is crazy.
To subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on the Tyler Perry show, The Oval, and while Mr. Perry held direct control over his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities. This lawsuit even compares Perry to some other infamous celebrities who have been called out for their behavior in the past. Quote, "Just like Harvey..."
Now you see that? They put Tyler Perry in the same bracket as Diddy Glover and Weinstein and all of that. Smash that like button because Diddy dangled Cassie's career over her head. Do I feel like Cassie could have left? Yes, I do. Pure survival. But she was young when she first got with Diddy Glover. She wanted to be a motherfucking singer. And he used his power and influence during survival to corrupt that little girl brain. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same type of behavior of these people in Hollywood. Put a one in the chat if y'all think he's guilty. Pure survival.
This lawsuit even compares Perry to some other infamous celebrities who have been called out for their behavior in the past. Quote, "Just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes, and many others in the industry, Mr. Perry's success has led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants."
Y'all see that? Mr. Perry feels as though he can get whoever he wants during survival. He wanted this man's tasty cakes. When he saw him crossing his legs like that, pure survival, he said, I bet you I can make them legs uncross. Give me them blue jeans, boy. Pure survival. Tyler Perry was not playing no games with this motherfucker boy. It was something about him. And they said that he gave this boy a raise during survival. Nobody else had a raise but this motherfucker boy right here. Pure survival. Why is this young Tom Cruise looking motherfucker, you know what I mean, when Tom Cruise was young, that he got a raise, but other people didn't. So that sounds as though Tyler Perry was letting this boy know, look, you do what I want you to do. You're going to be getting that money. I'm going to get you a car. I'm going to get you a bicycle. Whatever you want. I just need that loving. You know what I'm saying? During survival. So we cannot be naive. It lets you know a bunch of these people in Hollywood, we have to accept. A lot of them are spooky as a motherfucker. And they feel like if I got the power, I can have you.
Influence can get him whatever he wants. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants. According to the lawsuit, Dixon was working as part of an event staff at a party that Perry was hosting in Atlanta when Perry noticed him and offered him the chance to audition for a part in one of his hit TV shows. Before we get back to this bombshell lawsuit involving Tyler Perry, I want to bring you a law and crime legal alert. If you received a Depo-Provera birth control shot and were later diagnosed...
And look, think about this. Think about this. This boy wasn't even an actor. Tyler Perry walked up on him and said, hey, you want to be an actor? What about motherfucking people that really have a dream to be an actor or that's been studying and going to school for acting? Why ain't they getting the opportunity? Tyler Perry is picking motherfuckers allegedly who he want to fuck. Pure survival. We have to understand that. This boy was no actor. He was at a party that Tyler Perry was throwing. He saw them blue jeans and pulled him to the side, pure survival, and said, hey, listen, little white boy. Did you ever act before? Or you never did? You ain't got no money? Or you can move in my motherfucking dungeon. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to become a star during survival. You can tell what he was trying to do.
Dixon did have a small part on Perry's show called Ruthless. Then he returned to his event staff job, through which he was hired to work at Perry's parties in places like Los Angeles and Jackson Hole, Wyoming. As Dixon spent more time with Perry, he says that Perry would flirt with him through text messages and his advances became more aggressive. Dixon...
Now you see that? Tyler Perry was flirting with this boy, allegedly, through text messages, leaving all the row seats. So my whole thing is, if I was Tyler Perry and I know that this boy have receipts, y'all know how the feds can go get every conversation you ever had in your phone, pure survival. Even if Tyler sat there and tried to delete, if he tried to delete those text messages, the boy put the text messages in the goddamn lawsuit, pure survival. It's a picture of Tyler Perry on a jet ski, and he sent the picture to the boy and said, how do you feel about this handsome man over here on his jet ski? You know what I'm saying? Like, and people talking about, well, what if it just say Tyler Perry? What if that's not really Tyler Perry? Come on, man, it's him. Bottom motherfucking line.
As Dixon spent more time with Perry, he says that Perry would flirt with him through text messages and his advances became more aggressive. Dixon claims that he was invited to Perry's Georgia home where he and Perry drank together. When Perry told him he was too drunk to drive and offered him his guest bedroom, Dixon says he accepted. But then he claims that while he was asleep, Perry climbed into bed with him and tried to initiate sex.
Oh my God. Did y'all just hear that? Hold on, I forgot to cry. Oh my God. The boy said that, oh my God. Tyler Perry invited the boy over the house, pure survival, got him drunk, and then told the boy, look, you too drunk to drive, pure survival. I need you to lay down, just lay down. And the boy laid down, and he woke up in the bed, buck-ass naked with Tyler Perry, pure survival.
Drive and offered him his guest bedroom. Dixon says he accepted. But then he claims that while he was asleep, Perry climbed into bed with him and tried to initiate sex. Dixon...
Now, y'all don't put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe that. We got 1,400 people in the building. Do y'all believe it? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe it. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think it's a lie. Tyler Perry got him drunk. Them two got drunk together. Tyler Perry told him, look, you too drunk, motherfucker. You stay here with me in my dungeon. I have a freak off guest room. Pure survival. So he went and laid the motherfucker down. He half drunk, breath smelling like 211. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler Perry snuck in the bed with him and took off his boxer shorts, pure survival, and tried to grab a hold of his pink pecker. I don't know if Tyler did this or not, but this shit sound very suspicious. It sound like Tyler to me. I'm sorry, Tyler. Pure survival.
Messages and his advances became more aggressive. Dixon claims that he was invited to Perry's Georgia home where he and Perry drank together. When Perry told him he was too drunk to drive and offered him his guest bedroom, Dixon says he accepted. But then he claims that while he was asleep, Perry climbed into bed with him and tried to initiate sex. Dixon says he tried to distance himself from Perry, but he was offered a role on Perry's show, The Oval. The lawsuit then reads, Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Tyler Perry's sexual aggression while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side. Mr. Perry made it clear.
So the boy tried to tiptoe around Tyler Perry's sexual advances. That's why when I read the text messages and the boy kept saying ha 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 after Tyler Perry was flirting with him, he was only saying ha ha because he was still trying to make sure he can keep his employment, that he can still act in the films, pure survival. But he didn't want to be Tyler Perry's girlfriend. Y'all gotta smash that like button. Allegedly, Tyler Perry's motherfucking studios just got raided and they found freak off tapes more than Diddy Glover. Y'all gotta get them likes up, guys. This behavior is crazy.
That while he was asleep, Perry climbed into bed with him and tried to initiate sex. Dixon says he tried to distance himself from Perry, but he was offered a role on Perry's show, The Oval. The lawsuit then reads, Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Tyler Perry's sexual aggression while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest at the end of his first season on The Oval.
Now tell me that's not crazy. The boy said that Tyler Perry said that he would kill his character off in the series if he don't give up them tasty cakes. Pure survival. The boy didn't give up the tasty cakes, so his character was shot dead in the goddamn series. Man, this makes so much sense. I'm sorry, Madea, but we got to call you out for whatever we calling you out for. Pure survival.
Perry's sexual aggression while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest at the end of his first season on The Oval, and Perry always held this over Dixon's head, implying that Dale would survive if Dixon kept Perry, quote, happy. According to the complaint, Perry had made it clear to Dixon that he would kill characters in order to get an actor to be loyal or obedient. During the pandemic.
Wow, so Tyler Perry told him he kills off characters if they don't be obedient to his sexual habitat, his alleged sexual advances, then he would get rid of their character. Now, like I told y'all, the same thing with Diddy. I hope that this don't turn into no motherfucking criminal shit. Because you see what happened with Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that Tyler will kill your character off if you don't give him what he want. Diddy said that now that he got these freak off tapes, if you don't do more freak offs, then I'm going to expose and show people. And I'm a shadow ban you in Hollywood. This all is the same behavior. Y'all got to get them likes up, man. Like this is very deep and severe.
Quote, happy. According to the complaint, Perry had made it clear to Dixon that he would kill characters in order to get an actor to be loyal or obedient. During the pandemic, Dixon says Perry convinced him to stay in one of the houses that was part of Tyler Perry's studios. Quote, in or around April of 2020, and while Dixon was living in the studio homes on set, Perry often coerced Dixon to drink alcohol and then get on the phone with Perry. Perry would freak.
So the boy would get coerced by Tyler Perry, would get the boy drunk to get him on the phone to have freaky deaky conversations with the boy, allegedly, pure survival. And he offered, the boy was staying in Tyler Perry's studios. That's why I said allegedly, y'all. The rumors going around that studio got raided. Reason why I'm saying this and reacting to it, because the boy was staying in Tyler Perry's studio. That's why I believe it. And if they keep it under the wraps, you know what I'm saying, I won't be surprised. But if they allegedly found freak off tapes and the boy was staying in in Tyler Perry's dungeon, Tyler might have hit it. Some people saying that Tyler Perry and the boy might have been fucking, pure survival. And the boy said, look, I want some more money, goddammit. I want some money. So I don't know if him and Tyler Perry were going steady and the boy's mad, but that motherfucker studio, the boy was staying there. You know what I'm saying? So, man, this is crazy, guys. Smash that like button.
Survive if Dixon kept Perry, quote, happy. According to the complaint, Perry had made it clear to Dixon that he would kill characters in order to get an actor to be loyal or obedient. During the pandemic, Dixon says Perry convinced him to stay in one of the houses that was part of Tyler Perry's studios, quote, in or around April of 2020. And while Dixon was living in the studio homes on set, Perry often coerced Dixon to drink alcohol and then get on the phone with Perry. Perry would frequently have someone drop off alcohol at Dixon's door. Perry would eventually turn these phone calls into sexually explicit rants. Perry would get frustrated with Dixon and tell Dixon that he was not giving Perry, quote, what he needs.
Wow. So the Tyler Perry was having sexual rants. You know what a Kanye West rant is like? Pure survival. Imagine Tyler Perry in your motherfucking phone texting you, look, you're gonna give me that ass. God damn it. Tyler Perry was having a freak off rant. This means he was talking in the Tyler Perry voice and in the Madea voice. He texting in both voices. Pure survival. Give me that ass. Give me that ass. God damn it. You know what I'm talking about? I can't do the Madea voice. But imagine Tyler texting that boy, cussing him out in his regular voice and in his Madea voice. This is crazy, guys. And the boy, like Tyler, would get this boy drunk. He said he had people dropping liquor off at his motherfucking door and stop in Tyler Perry studios. Tyler wanted that boy's cakes, and he refused to say he was refusing to accept no. Y'all got to get them likes up. It's 1,500 people in the building. Everybody in the building smash that like button. We are surviving Madea, and we are surviving Tyler Perry's lips.
Perry would eventually turn these phone calls into sexually explicit rants. Perry would get frustrated with Dixon and tell Dixon that he was not giving Perry, quote, what he needs. Dixon's refusal to succumb to Perry's sexual advances caused Perry to be ever more frustrated. Eventually, Perry warned Dixon that if Dixon told his castmates about the harassment, Dixon would be opening himself up to lots of, quote, questions and foolishness, and demanded that Dixon not discuss any of their conversations with his castmates. Dixon's lawsuit also listed out some of the sexual commentary by Perry that Dixon claimed he experienced while filming The Oval in 2020. This is what he says that Perry told him. Dixon said that Perry told him, quote, that he liked being choked. That was after Dixon's character was choked by a cast member.
Wow. Smash that like button. So this boy, Derek Dixon, said that Tyler Perry told him he liked to be strangled. So Tyler Perry told him he liked to be choked. There's a lot of things, like I said, whatever your sexual preference or what you like to do in the bedroom, pure survival, is on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's no crime into Tyler Perry liking to be strangled by a man. You know what I'm saying? But if you're forcing someone to strangle you or forcing yourself on someone, whether you're a man or a woman, it's terrible. Pure survival. It's the same Diddy Glover's behavior, Tyler. And people been saying allegedly you was going to Diddy Glover's freak offs during survival, Tyler. There's pictures with you and Diddy Glover hugged up. So I wouldn't be surprised if y'all was sending baby oil back and forth. This shit is crazy, guys. So Tyler told the boy he wanted him to choke him out during survival.
In 2020, this is what he says that Perry told him. Dixon said that Perry told him, quote, that he liked being choked. That was after Dixon's character was choked by a cast member in a scene on The Oval. Perry also allegedly said, why do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? When will you...
Oh my God. Tyler Perry told this boy, why do you twitch your hips when you walk? Hold on, what the fuck the motherfucker say? He said, Tyler Perry said that Dixon liked being choked, that he liked being choked. And Tyler Perry said to him, why do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? Tyler wanted that boy's Dixon, and he was not playing during survival. If he's the one who put these text messages out, how can I get a day of Dixon? Oh my God. When will you be thick again? What the hell? Yo, this is crazy. It sounds like sexual harassment to me.
was choked by a cast member in a scene on The Oval. Perry also allegedly said, why do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? When will you be thick again? I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the first person who flirts with me, and I've been trying to put that energy somewhere else.
Whoa, what the hell? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, because I see there's a lot of people that's been like standing up for Tyler, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? And trying to make it like they don't believe this shit at all. If this boy has these are text messages that's allegedly from Tyler Perry. This is crazy. He said, "I love how I feel right now." So Tyler Perry's feeling on his own wiener and saying that how much he loves how he feels as he's talking to this boy. Salute to Peaches. Just hit that super chat again. Tyler is rubbing on his wiener and saying, "I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the first person who flirt with me." So he said he's so horny that he know that he feels sorry for the first boy to flirt with him because he's going to pound him out, pure survival, because he's so attracted to this boy. This boy has him so turned on. This motherfucker, me so horny. I'm talking about 2 Live Crew horny. This shit is crazy. He said, "I've been trying to put that energy somewhere else, but everything is sexual." Man, Tyler, if these messages is you, sir, you're going to, man.
Feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the first person who flirts with me, and I've been trying to put that energy somewhere else, but everything is sexual on this stuff. The lawsuit also contained numerous text messages from Perry to Dixon, some of which seem to have been sent when Perry was intoxicated, and if Dixon didn't respond according to the complaint, Perry would hound him.
And y'all know damn well, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. You know what I mean? Because look, my woman to tell y'all, look, when I'm not on YouTube, y'all, I don't even cuss like that. You'd be surprised. I don't cuss like that off of the, I only cuss on this motherfucker. But I really don't cuss in real life like that. But like you gotta step on my foot and I'm like, God damn, motherfucker. But I really don't cuss like that. But they said Tyler Perry was texting the boy while he was drunk. Now, y'all know damn well how many of y'all done been texting the motherfucker, you drunk, you horny, you lonely as a motherfucker. You saying things that you would never say when you sober. The boy has the text messages. I don't know how the Tyler Perry fans, because I don't got nothing against Tyler, but how are y'all going to refute these text messages when the feds can leak these text messages directly to Tyler Perry's phone, allegedly? How are y'all going to say it wasn't him? Did somebody take Tyler's phone? Or the times that they were horny? Said, Tyler Perry, give me your motherfucking phone. I'm horny as shit. I want to text one of your cast members. I'm horny. You know what I'm saying? But the things that Tyler was saying, drunk texting, they even call it that, drunk texting, right? This nigga was saying all kinds of stuff. He was leaving a paper trail. Y'all got to get them likes up. We are surviving Tyler Perry's lips.
Person who flirts with me, and I've been trying to put that energy somewhere else, but everything is sexual on this stuff. The lawsuit also contained numerous text messages from Perry to Dixon, some of which seem to have been sent when Perry was intoxicated, and if Dixon didn't respond according to the complaint, Perry would hound him. Dixon also claims the harassment turned physical. Quote, on multiple occasions, Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon.
Oh my God. They said that Tyler Perry ripped this motherfucker's clothes off like Hulk Hogan. Remember when Hulk Hogan used to be... And he would just rip he ripped his motherfucker's shirt off like Hulk Hogan, pure survival, and then tried to snap into a Slim Jim like Macho Man Randy Savage, pure survival. So now you see this? If this man saying that Tyler Perry allegedly physically put hands on him for that ass, that's when it can turn. I hope to God for you, Tyler, that they don't try to turn this shit criminal, pure survival. But you have to pay attention to the Diddy Glover saga. You have to pay attention to all them other people. You know what I'm saying? So if this boy's saying he physically took my motherfucking boxer shorts down and tried to put his hot dog in my bun with no ketchup and mustard, this is pure survival, Tyler. I hope this ain't true. I hope.
And if Dixon didn't respond according to the complaint, Perry would hound him. Dixon also claims the harassment turned physical. Quote, on multiple occasions, Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon. Mr. Dixon told a drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrists. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject.
Wow, so you know that sound bad. That sound real bad. So they saying that Tyler Perry palmed this boy's tasty cakes. He palmed this motherfucking tasty cakes. Like, remember Jay-Z said, see, the reason why the chicks let me call them, the reason why the chicks, he said, they let me palm their ass and I let them call me Sean, they glad. So Tyler Perry palmed this boy's tasty cakes. Salute the guy, hit that super chat, Pure Survival. Tyler Perry palmed his tasty cakes and wouldn't let his cakes go for nothing. He was holding on his boy's butt cheeks tight than a motherfucker. And the boy said for him to escape, in those words, for him to escape Tyler Perry, he had to change the subject to get Tyler Perry's hands off of his tasty cakes. This is wild, guys.
Which seemed to have been sent when Perry was intoxicated. And if Dixon didn't respond, according to the complaint, Perry would hound him. Dixon also claims the harassment turned physical. Quote, on multiple occasions, Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon. Mr. Dixon told a drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrists. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. The day after the assault, Mr. Perry called and texted Mr. Dixon relentlessly saying, tried you, call me, and I really need to talk to you. Please call me as soon as you can. And finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Perry's call, Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the sexual assault while blaming it on other things.
So basically, Tyler Perry, the day after he assaulted Mr. Perry, like where he allegedly palmed the boy's ass, let's get them likes up to 300. The day after Tyler Perry palmed his ass like a tennis ball, Pure Survival, they said Tyler Perry called and was texting Mr. Dixon trying to apologize so he wouldn't tell no one during Survival. So if you grab somebody's ass without their permission, of course you're going to be trying to call, hey, look, I'm sorry. I was drunk as a motherfucker. I was listening to the blame it on you know what I'm saying? Now, I think if Tyler did these alleged things, the boy might have led Tyler Perry on during Survival. Because he probably felt like, damn, if I make him think that he can hit this, I can get that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put it past the fact that the boy continued, because this is supposed to happen in 2021 during Survival. So why didn't he snitch on Tyler sooner? But there was the other actor that came out, Pure Survival, that wanted to tell on Tyler Perry. I just played him yesterday. He's one of the people, allegedly, that's going to be coming forward. It's going to be more people, y'all. That's the part I don't want y'all to be surprised about. Pure Survival. Some people going to be telling the truth. Some people going to be lying, trying to get their money. But I'm just saying, the fact that this boy have text messages and they can prove that it came from Tyler Perry's phone, if they prove that, of course they're going to try to run into people's mansions, studios. If the boys say he was staying in the studio, it's proof and evidence over there. I'm not surprised about these alleged things that's happening. This is crazy. Pure Survival. Look at Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was happy as a motherfucker when Diddy's trial started. Pure Survival. Because everybody forgot all about Shannon. They said, damn that motherfucker. We've been waiting for this Diddy Glover shit for the longest. So now Tyler Perry's at the top of the freak off list. Pure Survival. I'm telling you, man.
Soon as you can. And finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Perry's call, Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the sexual assault while blaming it on other things. Perry continued, quote, he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On the very same call where he apologized for the sexual assault against Dixon, Perry told Dixon, quote, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce.
So when Tyler Perry allegedly sexually assaulted this boy, The boy wanted to do his own pilot. Now, Tyler Perry was, you know what I mean, procrastinating, trying to get close to him, allegedly, trying to clap his cheeks, brother Bible. Salute the guy, hit that super chat again. I really need Ruby Hicks back in my life, brother Bible. So Tyler Perry promised him now that we're going to do your pilot. After I grabbed your rear end without your permission, after I got you drunk, allegedly, pure survival, now I'm going to try to do your pilot for you so you don't tell on me. Same thing they were saying with Diddy.
Blaming it on other things. Perry continued, quote, he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On the very same call where he apologized for the sexual assault against Dixon, Perry told Dixon, quote, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer saying that Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned.
Now, do y'all hear that? Now, Tyler Perry's lawyers hit the boy Dixon up, Derek Dixon, after he allegedly was assaulted and his pants was pulled down and his cakes was palmed by Tyler Perry, allegedly, pure survival. Tyler Perry had his lawyers hit the boy up and said Christmas has came sooner. The freak off Santa Claus has come sooner. Pure survival. I'm coming down your chimney. Take your boxers off. But he said that he gave him a raise because Christmas came sooner. And this is also Tyler Perry. So the boy don't tell on Tyler Perry. Like I said, I'm sorry, but it's all the same shit that they were saying with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? To try to keep people quiet. Them people in power, they can do shit like that. All right, I fucked up. I was drunk. Goddamn, what can I get the motherfucker? Get him a goddamn PlayStation. What can I do? You know what I'm saying? He was trying to do anything to keep the boy quiet. So y'all got to get them likes up to 500, y'all. Everybody. This is crazy.
Dixon, Perry told Dixon, quote, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer saying that Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actor on the show about Dixon's raise because no other actors were getting a raise, only Dixon. Later in the lawsuit, Dixon's lawyers write, in or around April 2022, before beginning to shoot the next season of The Oval, Perry called Dixon to discuss the June 2021 sexual assault. On the phone call, Perry lectured Dixon about how Dixon was overreacting to the sexual assault because of prior sexual assaults in Dixon's life.
So basically, they saying Tyler Perry called the boy because he was still worried. I gave him a raise. Don't tell the other cast members. Anything to try to silence this boy because he was afraid the boy was going to tell. You know what I'm saying? So now Tyler Perry is allegedly telling the boy, yo, like it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? We was drinking, we was by ourselves, but you know what I'm saying? During survival, I accidentally touched your butt. I didn't do it on purpose. I think that you blowing this out of, because you was molested as a kid. So I guess something happened to this boy when he was young and he vented to Tyler Perry about it. And it's crazy if you tell somebody, hey, look, I got trauma from my past. Somebody clapped my cheeks when I, was a minor, pure survival. And then Tyler Perry was taking advantage of that, allegedly. Salute to Peaches. Welcome to Pure Survival. One of my members, goddammit. Peaches. If you want to become a member, hit that members button. And shout out to Teresa. Teresa just hit that super chat. Pure Survival. We in the building, goddammit. You know what I'm talking about? We almost got $30 in that super chat during survival. Tyler, now I ain't got $1 billion, but I appreciate every cent during survival. But this is crazy, y'all. This is real crazy.
His lawyers write, in or around April 2022, before beginning to shoot the next season of The Oval, Perry called Dixon to discuss the June 2021 sexual assault. On the phone call, Perry lectured Dixon about how Dixon was overreacting to the sexual assault because of prior sexual assaults in Dixon's life. Perry said that there was a misunderstanding and miscommunication and that Dixon needed to say no stronger. In other words, Perry blamed Dixon for the sexual assault, claiming that Perry felt that Dixon's no was really a yes.
Wow, this is crazy. Salute to Teresa. Pure survival. Teresa just hit that super chat again during survival. We almost got $50 in that super chat. Shout out to Teresa. You know, Teresa, I usually say Teresa. Now I'm saying Teresa. I'm putting a toe on it. Shout out to Teresa during survival. And shout out to Peaches. We just hit that $50 per survival. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Tyler Perry supposed to told this boy, you blowing this out of proportion. I didn't mean to grab your tasty cakes, but the reason why I grabbed your tasty cakes, because I thought you wanted me to unravel your tasty cakes. Pure survival. So Tyler Perry's blaming the boy, saying, look, motherfucker, you was the one sitting there all drunk, flirting, got that black hair all in my motherfucker, on my shoulders. You know what I mean? Laying on my shoulders, crying about what happened to you as a kid. Pure survival. I thought you were making a pass at me. So Tyler Perry told the boy he thought he was trying to give him some.
Before beginning to shoot the next season of The Oval, Perry called Dixon to discuss the June 2021 sexual assault. On the phone call, Perry lectured Dixon about how Dixon was overreacting to the sexual assault because of prior sexual assaults in Dixon's life. Perry said that there was a misunderstanding and miscommunication and that Dixon needed to say no stronger. In other words, Perry blamed Dixon for the sexual assault, claiming that Perry felt that Dixon's no was really a yes because Dixon did not say no strongly enough. Dixon says he finally, quote, woke up to the fact that Perry was allegedly stringing him along about working with him on his own show to keep him around to be sexually harassed.
Wow, so he pretty much saying that he realized Tyler Perry only wanted him to be in his show just so he could ultimately get his sex on with him and other alleged actors that will be coming forward. I guarantee y'all. You know what I mean? Singing the same thing. Because usually if this is true, like if you, let me tell you something. If you got a history, let's say, putting your hands on a motherfucker, I don't believe that this is the first person you just put your hands on. Pure Bible. I believe you have a history. If you got a history of being a cheater, motherfucker, then 9 out of 10, if the stakes is high, you might fuck around and cheat again. Pure Bible. You know what I'm talking about? That's why motherfuckers be mad at landlords. I used to be mad for the same thing. When they be like, damn, well, why you can't rent from me because when you was 21, you fucked up with another landlord. I fucked up 20 years ago. Pure the Bible. Why is that messing up me getting property right now? You know what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers thinking, look, if you didn't give a damn at 20 years old, you probably don't give a damn at 40. Pure the Bible. So this is crazy, guys. Smash that like button. We are surviving Modia.
He finally, quote, woke up to the fact that Perry was allegedly stringing him along about working with him on his own show to keep him around to be sexually harassed. In 2024, Dixon reported Perry's alleged conduct to the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. According to the lawsuit, after reporting the sexual harassment, defendants, which is Perry and his studio, did not make any investigation into the complaint and did not take any steps to prevent further harassment from occurring because defendants...
Wow. So the boys, for everybody that's saying, why didn't he say something? He's saying he did file sexual harassment. He did file sexual harassment with Tyler Perry Studios, but they ignored it during survival. They ignored it. Why wouldn't they not ignore it if Tyler Perry's in control during survival? Let's get them likes up to 500.
Woke up to the fact that Perry was allegedly stringing him along about working with him on his own show to keep him around to be sexually harassed. In 2024, Dixon reported Perry's alleged conduct to the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. According to the lawsuit, after reporting the sexual harassment, defendants, which is Perry and his studio, did not make any investigation into the complaint and did not take any steps to prevent further harassment from occurring. Because defendants took no action to prevent further assault or harassment, Dixon had to quit his job working on the last season of The Oval. Dixon did so even though he was under contract to finish filming and stood to make close to $400,000. Dixon did not want to be sexually harassed or be placed in danger of a sexual assault again. Defendant then...
So you know that boy definitely probably was getting sexual harassed. Like, I'm not walking away from $400,000 a season Pure survival. I'm not walking away from 400,000 a season, and you didn't butter my biscuit. You ain't clap my cheeks. I survived your horror, your sickness, and I could get my 400,000 a season. No, Tyler Perry wouldn't stop. Allegedly, pure survival. He had to walk away from that 400,000. I wish I had 400,000 in the bank right now. Pure survival. I'll just drop my phone. Salute to Peaches. Hit that super chat again. God damn it, Pure Survival. We almost got a 60 ball in the super chat. Y'all was going crazy in the super chat today. This is crazy though. The man had to walk away from 400,000 a season. A season. This could have just been a year. Give me that motherfucker. I'm sorry. I would have been like, Tyler, look, I got a cousin, I got a brother. I have a brother that get down like that. I can hook y'all up. Pure survival. I got a cousin. I got some gay friends. But he want straight men. He want men, allegedly, that he could turn out during survival. I can't hook him up with one of my family members or one of my gay friends because he don't want them kind. He want the kind that he could take and turn out allegedly during survival, not after survival. God damn it, I'm talking about during survival. So this shit is crazy, yo. Oh my God, Teresa, you almost knocked my motherfucking head off. Oh, Teresa just hit that super chat again. Pure survival, Teresa. Y'all got my throat hurting, goddammit. We got $66. We might hit that $100 in there, Tyler. Pure survival. Mo dear, you hear me, Mo dear?
Alleged conduct to the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. According to the lawsuit, after reporting the sexual harassment, defendants, which is Perry and his studio, did not make any investigation into the complaint and did not take any steps to prevent further harassment from occurring. Because defendants took no action to prevent further assault or harassment, Dixon had to quit his job working on the last season of The Oval. Dixon did so even though he was under contract to finish filming and stood to make close to $400,000. Dixon did not want to be sexually harassed or be placed in danger of a sexual assault again. Defendant then retaliated against Dixon. Defendant told Dixon if he quits and told the other actors why he quit, he would be in breach of his contract.
Wow, so Tyler Perry told this boy, if you quit this job and tell your friends that I was trying to put that margarine on your biscuits, on your tasty cakes, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to be in breach of freak-off contract, pure survival. So that's definitely retaliation. Salute to Clavin Smith. Just hit that super chat, pure survival. Clavin, you got us almost at $70. Clavin, shout out to motherfucking Clavin. But so Tyler told this boy, if you go tell your friends and you quit, that's a retaliation. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. Like, they got real text messages. I believe they Tyler Perry's text messages. I don't know if it's his or not. But I'm going to just tell y'all, I've been hearing these rumors for years with Tyler, pure survival. So I'm not surprised.
Again, defendant then retaliated against Dixon. Defendant told Dixon if he quits and told the other actors why he quit, he would be in breach of his contract. Defendants told Dixon that the only way out was to portray his departure from the show as a medical leave due to the emotional distress caused by the sexual harassment. Instead, defendant made the leave of absence unpaid and therefore terminated plaintiff's employment, causing Dixon additional loss of income and insult. But Tyler Perry is fighting back. In a statement, an attorney for Perry reportedly said the allegations are a, quote, scam. The attorney went on to say, we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. The attorney, who according to TMZ is identified as Matthew Boyd, said in full, this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But
So now Tyler Perry is pretty much trying to say that this is a scam. The boy is lying on him. I've never tried to put margarine on his biscuit. I never tried to unravel his tasty cakes during survival. I'm talking about the tasty cakes with the cream in the middle. He never tried to bite into that boy's tasty cakes and let the cream shoot all over his face. Pure survival. Now, here's the thing, Tyler. Now, When Diddy first got indicted, sir, Diddy, when Cassie first came out, whatever, Diddy denied that he ever did anything to Cassie, but he settled fast in the motherfucker. But he said he never did nothing. And then guess what happened, Tyler? The damn tape with him chasing Cassie with them freak off Christmas socks on, pure survival, putting hands and funky feet all over that girl. So I hope, Tyler Perry, you able to prove that these text messages aren't you, pure survival, but the fact that he's coming forth with proof and evidence of text messages and things that you supposed to say when you felt like you were drunk in love, motherfucker. He said they were drunk texts. So you was listening to that Beyonce and that motherfucker Jay-Z, pure survival. I'm talking to you, peanut head. Motherfuckers just always say, I look like this motherfucker, pure survival. That's what they used to say. You look like Tyler. Don't insult me like that, pure survival. It's like, no. But still, goddammit, like I said, if these text messages is real, Tyler, and that boy got other proof, he was living in the Tyler Perry studio. If there's any freak off tapes or audios or anything, if the feds really allegedly ran in there, you better hope you ain't got nothing in that motherfucker besides all of those Modia dresses during survival. It better be just Modia dresses. If they find whips and chains and baby oil and Astroglide, it's not looking good. Tyler.
The attorney for Perry reportedly said the allegations are a, quote, scam. The attorney went on to say, we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. The attorney, who according to TMZ is identified as Matthew Boyd, said in full, this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler will not be shaken down. We are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. Joining us now is former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, Nima Rahmani. Thank you for taking the time, as always, to be with us here on Law and Crime. I know we're still gathering information about exactly what Derek...
Now, let's hear what the lawyers say. Let's hear from a lawyer of what the lawyer is going to say. Because more people, oh my God, God damn it, Peaches. We're surviving, Peaches, hitting up that super chat, pure survival. Thank you so much, Peaches. We got $75 in that super chat, y'all, pure survival. Shout out to Peaches and shout out to Teresa and everybody that's been hitting that super chat today, pure survival. Even if you hit the like button, shout out to you. Even if you in the goddamn building, shout out to all of y'all during survival. Y'all know we wild over here, but we have fun when we react to what's going on in the universe. Now let's listen to what the lawyer is going to say that this could turn to with Tyler Perry, pure survival.
Dixon is accusing Tyler Perry of, but from...
Oh my God, Teresa. Oh, I'm just twisting back and forth. Teresa. Pure survival, God damn it, Teresa. Teresa just hit that super chat, got us right there, damn near to $100. Pure survival, Teresa. Y'all just supplied me with the rest of my Monster energy drink to be charged up like this all motherfucking next week. Pure survival. Shout out to Teresa. Oh my God. We are surviving Modia and we are surviving motherfucking Tyler Perry's lips.
What we know right now, how strong of a case does it seem that he has?
Chris, thanks for having me. Really breaking news today. Bombshell lawsuit against Tyler Perry, and information is coming in, but it does seem to be a strong case, at least in terms of the text messages. Sometimes in these sexual harassment cases, really the harassing behavior happens behind closed doors, and it's a he said, or he said, she said, or she said type situation. But text messages are fantastic, whether you're a prosecutor or a civil plaintiff's lawyer like I am, man.
Now, did you hear that? This is a lawyer during survival. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know he kind of talked with his tongue. He said text messages is very valuable because, you know, when you got text messages. And you got to believe his lips, what his lips is saying. He said that these text messages is very damning during survival. Him and his lips Said that this is damage. That's why I said Tyler Perry with them text messages is the worst thing because the boy got receipts. So if he's saying Tyler Perry was texting him drunk in love, imagine the other boys that's going to come forward during survival. We cannot allow Medea to be behind the scenes talking about my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you, but I'm gonna have to charge. Medea said the milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
I know we're still gathering information about exactly what Derek Dixon is accusing Tyler Perry of, but from what we know right now, how strong of a case does it seem that he has?
Chris, thanks for having me. Really breaking news today. Bombshell lawsuit against Tyler Perry, and information is coming in, but it does seem to be a strong case, at least in terms of the text messages. Sometimes in these sexual harassment cases, really the harassing behavior happens behind closed doors, and it's a he said, or he said, she said, or she said type situation. But text messages are fantastic, whether you're a prosecutor or a civil plaintiff's lawyer like I am. And looks like Dixon may have the receipts in this case.
Y'all hear that? They said Dixon got the receipts, man. Salute the guy. Guy, I'll definitely tell her you love her. Pure survival. God just hit that super chat. We got $96 in this joint. Tyler Perry. They wasn't playing with you today. So that's why for anybody that's in denial, like he said, having these text messages that's allegedly by Tyler Perry is very damning, y'all. Like when the feds go to the phone place and they connect it to Tyler Perry to where he can't say somebody else, every time the person got horny, they picked up Tyler Perry's phone so they could text freaky shit. God damn it, Peaches! We're surviving. Oh my God damn it. We're surviving, Peaches, and we're surviving Teresa. Pure survival, God damn it, ladies. Salute to Peaches, salute to Teresa. Just hit the super chat back to back like Drake. Pure survival, ladies. Damn it, we got over $100 in that motherfucker. Surviving Tyler Perry's lips and surviving Medea. This is crazy, guys. We gotta survive Medea more. We gotta survive Medea more.
Yeah, he's looking for $260 million. Even though Tyler Perry is a billionaire, that's still, in terms of net worth, just from what I've been reading online, $260 million is a lot of money. What does that tell you? And when someone sues someone, like in this instance, it's not a criminal case, and you're looking for a specific amount of money, what goes into determining what that is?
Yeah, lawyers can say all sorts of things. Really, ultimately, what matters is what they ask the jury for. So,
see, I think the dude shot high. When people say, why did he sue for $260 million? That's generational wealth, pure survival. He not only suing for himself, he's suing for his grandkids to be well off during survival. Because if he shoot that high during survival and he can prove all of this stuff, Tyler's going to have to settle out with at least $100 million during survival, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the boy shot high like that. This is crazy. I'm telling you, Tyler, we've been hearing these rumors. I know you sitting there like you got your back against the wall, pure survival. You should have been thought about this, Tyler. Look, now you got your back against the wall for real, for real. You was playing around in this picture as if you had your back against the wall, pure survival. Now you really got that motherfucker against the wall. Tyler, you sitting there looking like somebody trying to hug you from the back and you uncomfortable, pure survival. Come to find out you the motherfucker trying to hug that individual from the back. You know what I'm talking about? Look at Tyler right there. God damn it. Tyler, why you got that look like you are under arrest? Look at this motherfucker, pure survival. I'm sorry, Tyler, but God damn it, this is very damning. This is very damning.
they can ask for less or more during closing arguments. So I usually put that aside. It gets a lot of good headlines, but I can't imagine this case being worth 9 figures. Sexual harassment is wrong. No one should be subject to it. And sometimes you get these nuclear verdicts or runaway juries, but I can't imagine a case like this going for that amount, even though, like I said, I don't condone any of this behavior.
No, and Derek Dixon, he has some text messages that that very much show. I mean, if Tyler Perry was someone who was supposed to be professional.
And I told y'all, when I look at this dude, y'all, I think he's like Russian. Just from looking at him, I feel like the way he talks, I'm tired of Tyler sexually harassing me. Every time I go around Tyler, he says, you have a sexy body. I like your body. And I am too sexy for my shirt. I am too sexy for my hat. And I'm too sexy for my blue jeans. And Tyler's been trying to take down my boxes. Yes, he came out dressed as Motia and he tried to clap my cheeks. I'm sorry, the motherfucker. This is what I think that he sound like during Survivor. I haven't heard him talk yet, but I feel like he talk like he a Russian motherfucker. Pure Survivor. But this is crazy, guys.
His boss that was going to open up career opportunities. It's not something that a boss would be allowed to say to an employee if that was their relationship. When it comes to this case, what's the bar that Derek Dixon would have to prove in court to get money from Tyler Perry?
So there's a few different claims, and they're all very serious. I'm not trying to downplay any of this. There's a sexual assault, right? Grabbing his buttocks, pulling his underwear down. That's pretty serious stuff. And they have sexual.
You see that? Grabbing his tasty cakes and pulling his motherfucking boxes down, trying to stick your Roku remote somewhere with that boy is a very serious offense during survival. You just can't pull that man's pants down and think that it's just gonna be cool.
So there's a few different claims, and they're all very serious. I'm not trying to downplay any of this. There's a sexual assault, right? Grabbing his buttocks, pulling his underwear down. That's pretty serious stuff. And they have sexual harassment. What I say is really the worst kind of sexual harassment, which is the quid pro quo. That means, hey, if you perform sexually, I will help your career. And if you don't, I'm going to retaliate. And the argument here is that Dixon was going to be written off the show if he didn't comply with these sexual demands.
And y'all see that? They said that that's the worst thing in this lawsuit is the fact that he said that Tyler Perry pretty much was like, if you don't give me that ass, then you're not gonna be successful in this business. You're not gonna, I'm gonna blackball you in Hollywood. And that's how they said with Diddy. When Diddy was like, if you don't freak off, there's gonna be consequences. And that's what they saying pretty much that Tyler Perry was saying with him. And that's like the worst part of the lawsuit. If you tell somebody, look, if you don't do this, then this ain't gonna happen. That's worse than anything else that he got in this lawsuit. Pure survival. So if he could prove that Tyler was like, look, you ain't gonna be on this show no more if you don't show me them cheeks. I want to see the butt hairs. Pure survival. Them funky butt hairs.
Kind of sexual harassment, which is the quid pro quo. That means, hey, if you perform sexually, I will help your career. And if you don't, I'm going to retaliate. And the argument here is that Dixon was going to be written off the show if he didn't comply with these sexual demands. So, when you go to law school or you study employment law, that is the textbook quid pro quo sexual harassment. This for that. You give me something, you get a benefit. And if you don't, you're going to be punished.
Yeah, and Tyler Perry, I mean, he is an institution in Hollywood. He's not the type of person, if you were an actor, that you would want, you wouldn't want to be on his bad list. Their relationship started around 2019. The most serious incident, according to what we know thus far, is that incident where he was said he was only having, Derek Dixon said he was staying at Tyler Perry's guest house in Atlanta. He was only wearing underwear, and Tyler Perry apparently pulled his underwear down. That was back in 2021.
That's crazy. And that's something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, I don't, like I said, no disrespect to nobody's preference or whatever. But like, it sound like that's the thing. It sound like to me, like when you a young person, like with a female, you know what I'm saying? When she's sitting there trying to play like she sleep, pure survival, you trying to slide the motherfucking panties down, she moving and shit. So you know what I mean? So you thinking like, okay, she trying to tell me she want me to hit it, but she pretending like she sleep. You know what I mean? So you trying to ease them drugs. I can't fathom like how you trying to ease a man's boxer shorts down. I don't, you know what I'm saying? There's something different. I don't know, but They said he was trying to ease this man's his pampers. He tried to ease his Clive Davis pampers down to his kneecaps so he can get inside his rear end. This is crazy, guys. I'm sorry, Tyler. If they can prove this stuff, you're gonna have to settle. You know what I'm saying? But then if you settle, then the floodgates of what happened to Diddy Glover, because I feel like it's going to happen with Tyler anyway. Now that this man trying to sue for 260 million, imagine how many of them motherfuckers like, hold on, I can go ahead, I'll take 10. You know what I mean? That man been hovering and breathing his hot ass Medea breath on me. I'll take the 5, I'll take the 10. They are rounding up other people. I am guaranteed. You know what I mean? I've never seen one of these lawsuits where it didn't open up the floodgates for all the other alleged victims and real victims. That's like, damn, I didn't even know I could get paid. I was being quiet. I wasn't even, you know what I mean? I was afraid to stand up to the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Now that you stood up, now that you got your Cassie on, because this boy is getting his Cassie on. This is not like the Jay-Z thing either, Tyler, pure survival. Because Jay-Z came out punching. Him and that weird-ass hairstyle came out punching. Pure survival. But Jay-Z's lawsuit was a plain, flat-out lie. It was a 13-year-old that's supposed to walk from here to motherfucking Mississippi, pure survival, to meet up with Jay-Z and Diddy. Like, it was easy to dispute that case. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you heard the girl as an adult on the news. It's like, who the hell is this? It just didn't sound real. And when her dad said, look, I don't know when she wandered off at 13 years old and ended up at a Bad Boys concert. I'm with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? So Jay-Z was able to beat that. But this one, Tyler, this is a boy who really was hanging out with you. A boy who really worked with you, for real. A boy who stayed in Tyler Perry's studio. You gave him a place to stay. He wasn't even no actor during Survival. You looked at the boy and said, look, I think you could be a star. Just come with me if you want to live. You got your motherfucker Arnold Schwarzenegger on. You told that boy, come with me if you want to live. Salute the guy. Guy hit that super chat again. God damn it, pure survival. And God said, please give Ruby Hicks a shout out. Jamel, shout out to Ruby Hicks in the building. Whoever Ruby Hicks is, shout out to you. Shout out to Guy. Guy said, Ruby Hicks, I got nothing but love for you, Guy. Because Guy been shouting out Ruby Hicks for his last super chats, pure survival. So Ruby Hicks, shout out to you during Survival. Yeah, I'm talking about
Punished.
And Tyler Perry, I mean, he is an institution in Hollywood. He's not the type of person, if you were an actor, that you would want, you wouldn't want to be on his bad list. Their relationship started around 2019. The most serious incident, according to what we know thus far, is that incident where he was said he was only having, Derek Dixon said he was staying at Tyler Perry's guest house in Atlanta. He was only wearing underwear, and Tyler Perry apparently pulled his underwear down. That was back in 2021. It's now 2025. What do you make of the timeline that it took for Derek Dixon to come forward with these allegations if they're true?
Well, that's one of the arguments the defense always makes, right? Is, well, if you were sexually assaulted or harassed, you know, why did you stay? Why didn't you?
And that's the question they always ask. I even said that. Why do you stay if somebody's doing these things to you? Salute to Kelly. Let me get a shout out to Gene Deal. Listen, Kelly, guess what? Shout out to you, Kelly. Me and Gene Deal is cool now. You know what I'm saying? Me and Gene Deal actually on Father's Day, me, Gene Deal, my lady, you know, the lounge, we both actually had a FaceTime with Gene Deal. I'm not going to lie. So, and Gene Deal's a good dude, stand-up dude. It always was comedy with me. Gene never really had no beef with me, and I've really never had none with him. It was all surviving Gene Deal's kneecaps, straight comedy. So I'm not going to lie. Gene didn't scare me. He didn't threatened to put his kneecaps on me, nothing like that. But like where I'm from, like if I FaceTime, if I actually talk to a person that I've been comedically roasting and we talk and I see that you're a good person and stuff like that, we had a good conversation, I won't, you know what I mean, mess with you again after that. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to survive somebody else's kneecaps. I'm sure it's other kneecaps that we can survive. But me and Gene cool. Shout out to Gene Deal. I love that so much. Shout out to Gene. We love him. Yes, we love Gene. You know what I'm talking about? But now we on Tyler Perry.
If they're true.
Well, that's one of the arguments the defense always makes, right? Is, well, if you were sexually assaulted.
Thank you so much, Matthews. Matthews said, bro, you're a role model. Thank you so much, Matthews. I really, really appreciate that during survival.
Or harassed. Why did you stay? Why didn't you report it right away? What I love as the plaintiff's lawyer is a contemporaneous report. So hopefully they have that. And I understand he's been getting therapy since 2020. So if he mentioned this to his therapist, that would certainly be helpful. In addition to the text message evidence that we had. Sometimes victims don't want to come forward, right? You're talking about a rich and famous individual. And look at what's happened. Perry's lawyer came out and said, this guy's lying. This is a shakedown. This is extortion, right?
So this man has been getting therapy since 2020. Let us pray for this man that's been getting therapy since 2020 as he was surviving Modea. And they wanted to find out, because I would have asked him, why did you take so long to come forth? You know what I'm saying? I'm asking him, why did you take so long? Did you have an affair with Tyler Pierce Bible? Did y'all break up? Are you a woman scorned? You know what I'm saying? Because it could be that case, sir. Pierce Bible. You in the blue jeans. Did you let Tyler butter your biscuit and then y'all going through something and now you're suing him? Like, I don't know. I did just ask him, did they actually have an affair? Because some people saying that they believe that they were going steady and now he's mad and saying, fuck it, I'm going to get my motherfucking money's worth. He done clapped my cheeks so many times, now it's going to have to pay off during survival. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's going to be more people coming forth. It's allegedly that they ran into Tyler Perry's studio. I don't know that to be 100% sure, but we will find out if he got some more freak off tapes than Diddy Glover, because what don't come out in the dark comes out in the light or the wash. I mean, however that shit go.
Always go after the victim. And we don't know if the allegations are true in this case or not, but very few sexual harassment cases are reported or litigated, and oftentimes the harassers, they get away with it. So, if you read the lawsuit in this case, it's definitely meant for public consumption. It has those text messages embedded in, and it starts by comparing Tyler Perry to the Harvey Weinsteins and Diddy's of the world. And
wow, did y'all just hear that? Tyler Perry, Harvey Weinstein, and Diddy Glover. They just put him in the same sentence.
Few sexual harassment cases are reported or litigated, and oftentimes the harassers, they get away with it. So, if you read the lawsuit in this case, it's definitely meant for public consumption. It has those text messages embedded in, and it starts by comparing Tyler Perry to the Harvey Weinsteins and Diddy's of the world. And I'm not saying we've gotten that far, but those are serious sex trafficking, sexual assault allegations. Sexual harassment is wrong, and there is some sexual assault.
Now, y'all see that? Now, I hope that they don't try to come for Tyler Perry as far as a criminal. I hope not. But do you hear what white America is saying? They look at that stuff as sexual assault, trafficking, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when this shit come out, it start to get dark, like Flavor Flav gums.
And I'm not saying we've gotten that far, but those are serious sex trafficking, sexual assault allegations. Sexual harassment is wrong, and there is some sexual assault certainly alleged in this case, but sometimes people don't want to come forward because if you're a victim, you're going to have to really tell your story in a very, very public way. What is interesting, though, is under California law, he could have filed as a John Doe or a Jane Doe, and he chose not to. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, what does that tell you? Because in some ways, I could see if I was the defense to say Derek Dixon wants some notoriety. He's not a household name. He hasn't been in a lot of high profile.
So Derek Dixon wasn't afraid to show his face. Y'all know how we got the Jane Ho and Diddy's thing, 50 Cent, Baby Mom, Pure Survival, the Jane Ho. They saying that he could have been a Jane Doe. He could have been a Jane Doe, but this dude wanted Tyler Perry to see his face. Yes, these are my cakes that you tried to take. Pure survival. I want you to see that I'm fucking suing you. I don't give a shit.
Shows he was in a couple Tyler Perry shows, but if you're the defense, and do you look at that he didn't file as a John Doe and say, look, this is proof that this was a shakedown, which is the term that they've used?
Look, it's interesting. Obviously, the fact that he didn't file as a John Doe, that's not an argument that the defense can make, but really, and I've sued a lot of celebrities. I'm sitting here in Hollywood right now. I've represented some, but sued a lot more. So I've handled a lot of cases like this. Most of the time, the victims will come in, and when I explain what a lawsuit entails, they have pause, right? Like, oh my God, people are going to come after me. They're going to drag me on social media. They're going to call me a liar. I'm never going to work again in Hollywood, right?
See, and this is why a lot of victims are afraid to come out because they think that we're just going to drag them. We're going to call them names, say, oh, you lying, you just trying to get money, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? When some people really do be going through this stuff. Like, I believe all of this Hollywood stuff now. Like, back in the day when, when I first came to YouTube, like 2021, I'm like, all right, these people just saying all this shit. But when I started to see more stuff of this stuff in Hollywood and doing more homework and really being a part of it, I'm like, you really got the casting couch. You really got people that's like, look, if you want to be higher in your career, you got to sleep with me. And if you don't, you're going to get black. Like, that stuff is real. Like, it really is.
Sued a lot of celebrities. I'm sitting here in Hollywood right now. I've represented some, but sued a lot more. So I've handled a lot of cases like this. Most of the time, the victims will come in, and when I explain what a lawsuit entails, they have pause, right? Like, oh my God, people are going to come after me. They're going to drag me on social media. They're going to call me a liar. I'm never going to work again in Hollywood, right? After making an accusation like this. And then I tell them, there are certain circumstances where you can file as a Jane Doe or a John Doe. And most of the time, the victims do want to avail themselves of that protection. Now, sometimes the defense lawyers, they hate it because they think that it allows the victims to smear the defendants. Even in the Diddy case, in the civil case, some of the judges have unmasked the victims. And obviously that's New York law and federal court, a little bit different.
And you see how bad they made Diddy Glover look during survival. Diddy he definitely got the right name because Diddy does look like Danny Glover. That's why I've been calling him Diddy Glover even before he started to look like Danny Glover's twin. But Diddy Glover, they got him looking old, motherfucker, hair gray as shit, pure survival, like he was married to one of the Golden Girls. And imagine if they got Tyler Perry up here and the cartoon figure fighting the case like this. Like, if it got that crazy, man, like, you just never know. Smash that like button. Let's get them likes up to 500. Shout out to everybody that hit that super chat. Y'all got that thing buzzing. Everybody that was in the building, man. This is wild, man. We are surviving Hollywood.
Right? But in California, the protection is pretty broad, and most of the time the victims do want to proceed anonymously to at least protect themselves and their families.
When it comes to, and as someone who has represented people who have been in the seat that Derek Dixon sits right now, where they say they have been through something traumatic and they are going after a very strong and powerful person, you look at that $260 million number, the timing of this coming out. I mean, Tyler Perry has this show, it's a movie, Straw. It's the most popular Netflix movie of 2025 thus far, 50 million views in its second week. And then here's this lawsuit that comes out.
Now, whatever Straw is, ladies and gentlemen, I've been hearing that Tyler Perry got a new series, I think starring Taraji, called Stars, or whatever the hell he just said. I definitely want to see it because I did hear it was good. So that's not going to take, like, people's work. It doesn't, just like y'all, ain't nobody gonna make me not listen to R. Kelly's music no more. Pure survival. You know what I mean? You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. That's my motherfucking song with Diddy and Nas. If you a sick person, to me, the music didn't do the shit to the people. You know what I mean? So if the series is good, I'm going to go on Netflix and watch this Tyler Perry series tonight, and I want to see if he on there looking sneaky. But I do want to see it because I heard it was good.
The movie Straw, it's the most popular Netflix.
Yes, it's called Straw.
And you look at that $260 million number, the timing of this coming out. I mean, Tyler Perry has this show, it's a movie, Straw. It's the most popular Netflix movie of 2025 thus far, 50 million views in its second week. And then here's this lawsuit that comes out. The defense might look at that and say, well, you're being opportunistic. But at the same time, I mean, if you are suing someone powerful, how much does the timing factor into when you unveil this lawsuit?
Yes, people is going to think that, like, hold on, motherfucker. Tyler Perry got the biggest movie out. Now I know it's a movie, so I'm gonna definitely watch it. It's on Straw. It's called Straw. I heard it was really good. We gonna watch it on Netflix, baby. You know what I mean? If I can get my lady to watch 10 minutes of a movie, she'll start laughing. She's watching right now, but she know what I'm talking about. She can watch 10 minutes of a movie without falling asleep. You know what I'm talking about? But it's called Straw. It's a Tyler Perry movie, sweetheart. I was about to watch it last night, but my thing is him coming out right now because Tyler Perry has the movie of the year right now. I don't think that that's the case because Tyler Perry been a billionaire before this movie. Tyler Perry's been lit. So it ain't like he had to wait for this movie to come out, Pure Survival, to try to get money out of Tyler. Tyler been had the bag.
Lawsuit that comes out, the defense might look at that and say, well, you're being opportunistic. But at the same time, I mean, if you are suing someone powerful, how much does the timing factor into when you unveil this lawsuit?
You know, there is a PR component as well. Litigation is about leverage, and I would be lying if I didn't consider that. I've come on Law and Crime and I've talked about lawsuits, you know, I filed against Kanye or Lizzo or any number of celebrities, right? Because it can put pressure on them to settle. Now, sometimes they dig in their heels and, you know, that's what judges and juries are for. But if you are trying to advocate on behalf of your client, whether it's a confidential settlement demand, a mediation, or litigating it in the court of public opinion, it matters, right? I mean, you look at the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively case. That case is almost as much outside the courtroom as it actually is in the courtroom because, you know, everyone cares about the reputation in Hollywood, and whether it's cancel culture.
Yes, and everybody cares about their reputation. So this coming out, it doesn't look good. It don't look good right now for Tyler. I know he's trying to make all kinds of phone calls. If he got ex-boyfriends, anything, like how Diddy was doing. And when Cassie dropped her lawsuit, he was calling Jackie Chan's daughter, 50 Cent baby mom, the Jane Ho. Like, look, I know it's a lawsuit just came out, but I love you. And I hope that you still love me and you ain't trying to do the shit she just did. So Tyler might be calling ex-boyfriends everything to try to get them to be quiet right now.
Or just bad press, it can force a defendant to settle. So that's a tool that you have to use if you're a plaintiff's attorney representing victims like this.
How likely is it that the plaintiff's attorneys had spoken with Tyler Perry's representation ahead of this news coming out today?
I think it's very likely. There's two types of lawyers, and I don't know this particular lawyer personally, but I could tell you that most of the time, a lawyer will send a demand, right? They'll send a demand.
So they sent the demand to Tyler Perry and pretty much said, look, if you don't get his boy such and such amount of money, we are coming for you, sir, and we're going to take down your empire. It's crazy because if you do all this work for all these years to build this empire and this shit happens, it's terrible. You know what I mean? And if this is being purposely done to take down our, you know what I'm saying, like powerful black men, I feel like that's fucking terrible. That's sad. That's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For sure. You know what I mean? That's not right. But I can't say that it's for every case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that in a sense of some cases, but Tyler Perry, I've been kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that this is one of them cases. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Tyler. I think you do got some sneaky shit with you behind the scenes.
I don't know this particular lawyer personally, but I could tell you that most of the time, a lawyer will send a demand, right? They'll send a demand, they'll enter into negotiations, they'll break down, and that's what will happen. I mean, in Cassie's case, there were, you know, pre-filing negotiations with Diddy's team, and they ran out of time. I personally don't like doing that. For me, if I'm going to take a case, I'm taking it because I believe that it's a righteous case and I'm going to file a lawsuit. I don't like to bark if I'm going to bite. But again, it's a personal preference that I have. There's all sorts of problems with the pre-litigation demand. They say that this is a shakedown, this is extortion, this isn't about justice. So personally, I like to file my law.
So we're going to find out if this was a shakedown or if this is, it's just not looking good.
And with that, considering Dixon he's not a millionaire, he's certainly not in the same financial category as Tyler Perry. How much money does it cost him to keep this going if Tyler Perry wants to fight back?
Well, these cases, we handle our firm on a contingency fee basis, which means we're not getting paid hourly. We get a percentage. So if we take a case, we believe that we can win and we can collect. So
that's pretty much what that means is you ain't got to pay for the lawyer. If you suing somebody with Tyler Perry's money, them lawyers is like, look, you got the text messages. This man was flirting with you. Pure survival. He was sexually harassing you, allegedly. We're going to take this pro bono during survival because they know, look, we gonna win this. If we shoot for 260 million, Tyler Perry settles for 100 million. That lawyer, like, I know damn well I'm gonna get about 20, 15, 20. You know what I'm saying? Could be more. I don't know, but they know it's gonna be a big payout, so they'll do that for free during survival. But shout out to everybody, man, that was in the building, everybody that hit that super chat. Shout out to all my members. If you want to become a member, hit that members button. My Instagram, Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Follow me and I'll follow you back. Allegedly, Tyler Perry Studios was raided. They found freak off tapes, allegedly. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. And y'all can follow me on TikTok, too. You know what I mean? For people that don't know, I'm over there on TikTok. Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy, Pure Survival. We are busting over there on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue as we move forward. Hit me up, you know what I'm saying? And let me know if anything new drop with Tyler. I'm going to stay tuned. Anything with Diddy, I'll bring it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Pure Survival.